Scrappy people, Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a page in my Miami Beach album, and today we are working with my Citrus Twist Kits Travelogue collection, plus this beautiful food love stamp, which I can see is going to get a ton of use in my albums. I love food and I love scrapbooking about it. So today I'm scrapbooking about our visit to Big Pink Miami, which was a restaurant, or like a little diner restaurant in South Beach, and you can see everything is very, very pink, so we are going very, very pink with the composition. I'm also going to use this stripe that has blue and yellow in it just to break up the pink a little bit, because it is a little bit much just to have all this pink. So I'm doing my classic paper tearing technique that I love, and I'm going to add this to the inside edge of this pink paper. You can see that I'm working with one of the, well, first of all, I hardly ever work with page protectors, but I decided to incorporate some page protectors into this page because I had food photos, and I decided to use the Instax page protector size. And no, I did not take my Instax to Miami Beach. I bought my kid an Instax printer, so I printed out photos that I took on my phone with the Instax printer, and so I have all of these Instax photos of the meal that we ate there. I'm adding a hinge to my photo so that I can add some journaling in, because obviously I have two largish photos for this page. And I'm also going to collage this fold over a lot of that empty space in that photo of the restaurant. There's a lot of sidewalk and street in the photo, so I'm going to cover that up. We don't need that part. I forgot to put down this stripe, so first I'm going to do that. All right, we can do it. There we go. And then I'm going to put my photo down on top of this one, offsetting them a bit so that there's just a little bit more visual interest. I like the collage look of it. I'm going to take this stripe and I'm going to add it to the inside of this card as well, just to make it a little more interesting and replicate that stripe a bit. I feel like, I mean, obviously the restaurant itself is sort of like a retro diner feel, so I felt like that stripe was sort of retro-y, like definitely very Miami, very South Beach. So because it was sort of retro, I wanted to bring it in a little bit more. And I like the way that they mirror each other when it's open. Okay, and it also makes that card a little bit more interesting since it's just some words on pink. Phew. So here's where we're going to have some fun. I'm going to get out my stamps and start stamping like crazy. I've pulled out some embellishments for this page that I want to use as well. Just things that I thought might work. I often do that before I start filming, just to make the filming process a little bit smoother, and also my scrapbooking process a little bit smoother. I find it easier to go through my embellishments before I scrapbook and make decisions, rather than trying to do it while I scrapbook while I'm making so many other decisions. I feel like if I take one decision making piece out of the process, it just makes everything move smoother. I wanted to incorporate this flamingo because I felt like it was the perfect sort of vibe, and this geotag because it had the name of the restaurant right there. I'm also going to incorporate this Enjoy, but we're not going to do it yet. And then I also want to add that volume 2 tag to the side over there, or on the side over there, because I think I'm going to use volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3 for all of my food photos. Hi, Apollo! But I'm not going to put it there. I have that big pink paper clip from the Citrus Twist Happy Heart collection, and there was a whole bunch of paper clips and things, and there's this big pink one was in with the paper clips, and I thought it was perfect. I need to put something in there though, so I'm going to pull out this chipboard piece that says "just as happy as we can be." The cat's back. He's just making loops. It's not quite the same blue as the blue in the stripe, but it works perfectly. Anyway, it kind of matches the green in the photo above it, so maybe that's why it worked for me. Okay, so I've got the volume 2, I've got the Just as Happy as We Can Be. I'm going to stick this pink tag under here too. It's just a scrap that I had from the Happy Heart kit. I pulled out some of the pink from that collection too. just in bits and pieces before I started. I'm using mostly the Travelogue collection, but I do have a couple of bits and pieces from the Happy Heart collection. You can see on the bottom left-hand corner there that I actually have a bunch of things pulled out, but I end up not using them. All right, because I'm going to go with some serious stamping. So I'm going to stamp in a few places here all of these phrases. This says, give me more. And then I'm going to add in local favorite, which I'm pretty sure it's a tourist trap, but we're going to add in local favorite anyway. So when I stamp these two together, they're a little bit far apart. So I'm going to add in something in between as well. Get in my belly. Then I want to add these fun pineapples, which I think add to the kitsch of the place. So I'm going to add one here, and one in the top right corner. Perfect. I love the way that those added to the page. So good. Restaurant, and then one along this side that says good times. So then I decide to replicate that look on the photos as well. I felt like I couldn't really add too much to these photos without like interfering with the whole composition of it. I wanted to keep it sort of simple. So I'm just using a few more word stamps and stamping on these photos on the bottom. I really love this repeat stamping technique. It fills up that space and adds visual interest more than just one stamp would. I feel like it embellishes the page without having to do much more. The last thing I'm going to do is add in some of these hearts, and then I'm going to call it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There is a link in the description box below to the Citrus Twist Travelogue collection. So if you wanted to pick that up, it is available to you. All right. Thank you.